Well, one of the things you look at with OTAs is the new players, right? Want to look at some of the new acquisitions. And so the Houston Texans made a lot of those this offseason. Some veterans aren't at OTAs, but some are. And one of the big areas that the Texans want to just solidify is the DB cornerback position. Opposite of Stingley, who is it going to be? And so they brought in Jeff Okudah and CJ Henderson, and both just high ceiling guys and low risk, really, quite frankly. So when you look at it, D'Amico Ryans had a lot to say about both of these guys, and it's pretty cool. So here's what he said. He said that when you look at these guys, you see elite movers. You see why these guys were top 10 picks. They have the movement skills. They are big, fast, long corners that can run with anybody, and they have some ups and downs, and they've had some ups and downs in their careers. And this is their third team and short careers. But as I've told you guys, I don't care what happened in the past. You can wipe the slate clean. It doesn't really matter. Like, how can you come out and help us? So he loves both Akuda. Um, Hold on, let me move it back. He loves Akuda and Henderson. And this is a big spot because you want depth. You've got Kamari Lassiter, who you drafted. But these are veteran guys. I use air quotes because they're still young, but they are veterans. They're in their third, fourth seasons. But D'Amico Ryans really likes them. So let's break down and take a look at both of these guys. And so if you look at Okuda, we're Detroit Lions fans. We have this channel all about teams that we like covering, that we're just like, they just don't get enough love. And so Houston Texans being one of those teams. But so we know a lot about Okuda. So Okuda, remember, he was an All-American Ohio State. He was picked number 3 overall by the Detroit Lions. He shouldn't have gone that high. The Detroit Lions regime at that time was brutally bad. He got injured, combined with COVID. It was Matt Patricia who just ruined so many guys. He thought he was smarter than everybody. He was just not a player's coach, weird guy. So Okuda's injured, and he's also in a bad regime. Then the new regime comes in of the Lions that you know today. They trade him to the Falcons and just get a draft pick back. And what the Lions were doing at that time was just trying to get rid of old dudes from the old regime. They really were. Like, we just want to clean slate this thing. And so he gets traded, goes to Atlanta, has a pretty good year. But free agent again, and lands here where it's like, man, he just hasn't had an opportunity to really settle in a place. And this could be an awesome. So during drills, he broke up a pass intent for Robert Woods while working with the first team defense. Okuda also got beat on a route earlier in the day against John Mechie. I saw that one. That one was going through Twitter. Mechie drops it, but he just got straight up beat there. Henderson, he spent one season with the Jags after being traded to Carolina. Might be more versatile. He spent time at nickel and outside in 22 and 23. In 2+ years with the Panthers, Henderson totaled 3 interceptions, 16 pass deflections. Ryan said both have been attentive since joining the roster, showing every practice and offseason workouts since signing with the team. So this is interesting because if you are a Texans fan, you know that you're developing really a championship roster, and it starts with your quarterback. So you just don't imagine him taking a step back. He's going to be the same or get better. You've added the pieces: Stephon Diggs, Danielle Hunter, Joe Mixon. Now, can the defense just shore up a little bit? And so to hear D'Amico Ryans really liking what he sees from both of these guys, it's really encouraging because one's going to be the starter, and one, even if they kind of go back and forth, fine. One's a starter and one's depth. Stingley, starter. Then you've got depth now at corner. One guy can play in the slot. You might see Henderson more in there. In the nickel. So you could see all 3 of these guys starting, and then these are your safeties. Kalen Bullock providing depth that you drafted. So if you're a Texans fan, this roster all of a sudden looks so good. I mean, so here, let me just share like guys that like got to play well. If they play well, the Texans are going to be scary. Nico Collins. Stephon Diggs, Tank Dell's up and coming. Nico Collins showed, man, give me a good quarterback, I can do it. If he can build and be better than he was last year, man, this this looks really good. Dalton Schultz, we know what he is. We know what the offensive line is. Man, Nico Collins is the guy that needs you. Down here, you look at it, for me, it's what we're just talking about. Man, Okudah or Henderson. Okudah, be that. You don't have to be the number 3 overall pick. You're like, don't have to live up to that, but just be a really good everyday starter. Man, how awesome would that be to pair with Stingley or CJ Henderson? Man, you've shown flashes. You're here now. Let's go do something. Be the starter that we've been looking for. So D'Amico Ryans likes what he sees. Texans fans should be really excited that they're going to round out the defense now. Like that's something that was lacking last year. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Can't wait to see what the Texans look like as they enter the season. They've got star players. They've got depth. Ultimately, they've got a really good quarterback, and that's exactly what you need in this league is a good quarterback. Then from there, you can fill in the blanks pretty easily. So let me know your thoughts. Make sure you subscribe if you've been watching multiple videos by now. Hit that subscribe button as we're trying to get to 20,000 subs, and we'll see all of you on the next one.